So this is the camper itself. Go up the steps, little entryway here. Got some nice coat hooks. We just got some decals. That one's coming off, but a little bit of artwork. Up on your left when you walk in the door is the propane monitor. This is wireless, 3/4 of a tank. It's pretty accurate. We have our primary switch panel, so this is our awning, our outdoor porch light, 2 extra switches, tank heaters, and then the water pump. And then we have our programmable thermostat. So this is battery operated, but it runs just like a household unit. You want it to be, 70 degrees, set it at 70. If you want it to go down to 50 at night, you just set your times and it'll automatically do it on its own. We like this a lot because we could turn it down at night and save a lot of propane. Okay, so coming into the camper, you have the kitchen in front of you, the raised bed to the right. Down here is that pass-through. So this will roll up and then clip if you wanted to open it up. You can see down to the cab. These are like triple layer insulated curtains. Do a very good job of keeping the heat in the back. This has a Dometic electric fridge, so it's AC or DC, depending on if we're on shore power or inverter or the batteries. But it's straight electric, no propane in the fridge. The kitchen area has 2 upper cabinets. We put shelves in here as well. Paper towel holder. Got 120 outlets that run off the inverter or shore power, as well as USB, cigarette plug, and then an on-off switch. So everything in here is switched. I didn't want to have any phantom loads or anything like that draining our batteries. So everything has the ability to be shut off. Kitchen sink. This does have pressurized running water, hot and cold. A few of the places we took the camper. It has magnetic spice rack, because that's what all the cool kids have. It has another cabinet with shelves. 3-burner stove with a glass top. It's very nice. It also has an oven. Oven works great. Use that for making biscuits, random other things. Propane furnace and carbon monoxide monitor. This camper literally is hot as you want it to get. I think our coldest night was 15 below 0 Fahrenheit. And I mean, we had this thing at 70 without issue. If I wanted to be at 80, we could have turned it up. The thermostat did a great job of monitoring and cycling the heat. Back here's a dinette. So this is 42 inches deep, and then it's just over 6 feet wide. So you could sleep another 1 to 2 full-size adults back here, depending on how much they like each other. Otherwise, great spot for kids. Underneath this dinette seat, both these open up, so there's lots of storage. Underneath that little compartment is where the water pump lives. On the other side, again, this opens up. And there's our battery compartment, as well as a bunch more storage. Back behind this shelf is where all the main electronics live. I have a separate video on that, and I'll also put a picture in here so you can see what that looks like. Over here is our radio with indoor and outdoor speakers that you can switch between the two. The remote turn on for the power inverter. The distribution panel for AC and DC. And then the solar disconnect. This is just a big storage cubby we added. We have a couple of those Walmart cubbies that go in here. And then this floor actually opens up. So if you need to maintain or access things, you can get in below it. Down here is more storage, just where we had our bookshelf. And then we have some more USB outlets, as well as our WeBoost antenna. So this is where you put your phone to boost your service. Down here's additional storage. Big cubby area. Put boots or anything else in here. There's the shutoffs for the outdoor shower, the drain for the bathroom sink, some of the battery cables. The bathroom, 26 inches wide, 34 inches long, I guess you would call it. Very comfortable. I mean, plenty of room to step inside here and shower. You can turn around all the way, no issues. There's a fan in here as well as a light. We also put this closet rod in here, so we primarily use the shower area for a big closet. So what we had is a holder for our skis that went in here. So our skis were mounted to this wall here, and then they would melt off overnight. Everything would dry out, run down the shower drain, and then our jackets and stuff would hang in here. Wintertime, you have a lot of really bulky clothes, so storage was a huge thing that we improved when we bought the camper. We built or added, I'd say we tripled the amount of storage it had. One of the things we did was build this end of bed storage. So this is 7.5 inches deep. This is where almost all of our clothes went. So we have these 5 cubbies, and then these pull out, and there's more down here. There should be a little tab, but maybe it's upside down. There's more cubbies down there. These are really nice. I mean, perfect clothes storage bins. And then up in that front, that panel right there actually pops off, and that's where we put all of our laundry. You know, you wear a shirt, you just throw it in there. It's kind of like a built-in laundry basket. And then when we wanted to do laundry, that panel pops off. You can take it out and go to laundromat. On the other side of the bed, there is some space up there. Not a lot, but you could put an extra pair of skis, pajamas, things like that, extra blankets. So this bed is 60 inches wide and like 76 inches long, I believe. There's, I think, just under 3 feet of space in this front compartment, but the mattress takes up, I think, 8 or 10 inches. So here we have built-in wireless chargers. So you can charge 2 phones at night with an on-off switch. And then there's fairy lights in the bedroom area. Also a little hook here for hanging the keys. There's a drawer here. It's all paperwork, but we had all the kitchen utensils and things like that here. And then the fridge freezer. This is probably looks small on camera, but this is pretty big. This is almost about 28 inches tall. I don't remember the exact liters, but I can put that in the description. Very nice fridge, very happy with it. It's fairly expensive. I think it was $1,500, but a great. It's locked now. Great upgrade to the camper. Underneath the sink is a little bit more storage. The insulated area there, that's the gas fill for the truck, so that's notched into the camper, so we insulated around it. Again, trying to minimize any heat loss. The hot water heater. Back there's the propane furnace for the camper, and then the bottom of the stove. But we're still able to fit a lot of things in here. There's also lots of water shutoffs. So I designed the camper to pull water. So where the water pump is, there's a secondary hose that you can put like 2 5-gallon collapsible water tanks underneath the dinette on that side, and then you can have that water inside the camper as opposed to worrying about other water from the external tanks freezing. So what we did is put water in those collapsible storage containers, and then from there it's pumped to the sink. And you can use this sink without using the hot water heater or anything else in the camper. You can also use the sink and the shower without using the hot water heater, or with using the hot water heater but without using the outdoor shower. So everything has different valves to isolate the entities. That way, if you are winter camping, you don't want the outdoor shower to freeze, you don't have, you can shut it off. If you don't want to use the outside water tanks, you can shut those off. I do have a separate video on the electrical, but I'll just run over it a little bit with you. It's all Victron components. There's a Victron solar charger, a Victron AC to DC charger, and a Victron DC to DC charger, which charges the camper off of the truck's charging system. There's 200 amp hours of AGM batteries. We found that in the winter that would last 2 to 3 days before we got down to that 50% depth of discharge and needed to drive or plug in. While we were gone, we never plugged in anywhere. We usually only were in a place for 2 days at a time and then drove to another place which would charge the batteries. It took about 6 hours of driving to bring the batteries up 100 amp hours. So internal dimensions of this are 7 feet wide, just under 10 feet long, plus that front bump out. The front bump out is another like 5.5 feet. We do have air conditioning. This is 12 volt air conditioning. The whole camper is wired for 12 volt. We do have an onboard inverter for 120 volt. One of my favorite features of this camper is these windows in the rear portion. So this is around the dinette. You have views out every side. This back window here is over 5 feet wide. Which just, you think you're sitting in Moab, you're sitting in the mountains, you're skiing, and you just get to look out these windows in all directions. Again, these are all insulated windows. They awning out. You can stop them at any point. They awning out further than that, actually, if you really want to get carried away. Then they have built-in blinds on the top side, and they have built-in screens on the bottom side. And those magnet, they can stop anywhere you want. Work extremely well. You can get this place pretty dark at night. If you had to sleep at a truck stop or at a Walmart, you can get it almost blacked out in here. We did also build a blind for the door up here. So again, the skylight's got the same screen blind system built into it, so that'll get blacked out. And then we built this roll down curtain for the door. We've got a couple different curtains. Got a Christmas one. There's the tour. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to comment with any questions you may have. Also, check out my other videos where we go over the plumbing system, the electrical system, and the exterior of the camper.